Namaste. How often do you find that you have taken up something, you have taken up some task, and you end up not doing it? If it's happening too often, then probably you are struggling with lack of discipline. Discipline means to finish something which you have taken up even if you are not feeling like doing it. It's about choosing between what you want to do right now and what you want to do the most. But many a times we give in to the things we want to do right now, maybe because we are not interested or we are caught up with so many distractions. We end up enjoying certain things, but many a time we give in to short-term pleasures and we end up doing things which we want right now instead of things which are going to help us. We may find some happiness and some pleasure by doing these things, but actually that happiness is borrowed from our future self, which has to be paid up as a debt in the form of regrets, which keeps on piling up as we keep on putting on things, we keep on postponing things out of lack of discipline. With lack of discipline, life becomes a series of missed opportunities, missed workout, wrong diet, bad habits, and lot of promises which we make and break to ourselves and even to others. And when we look back, we end up having questions like, what if I should have tried? What if I should have started earlier? Which results in a lot of regret. And regret is something which does not come at once. It creeps in slowly and slowly until it becomes too much to cope up with. Regret weighs more than the efforts it requires to be disciplined. Many of us think that discipline means being perfect, or sometimes we even think that discipline means some kind of punishment. But it's neither being perfect, it's neither being some kind of punishment. Actually, discipline means to show up. Nowadays, whenever we think of doing something, we take up some project. Along with that comes a lot of distractions. And when we don't have the discipline, we end up giving in to these distractions, which puts a lot of toll on our motivation as well as on our discipline to finish that particular task. So how can we build this discipline in our daily life? Well, today I'm going to tell you about 4 ways or 4 rules you can think which you can apply in your day-to-day life to be more disciplined. The very first is to start small and be consistent. What happens whenever we decide to do something, we make big plans. We want to change everything in a single day. If we take an example of, let's say, walking. I want to start a habit of walking. I want to start walking 10,000 or 15,000 steps from the very next day. Instead of this, we should be more patient and we should break it down in small tasks. Let's say I want to walk 10,000 steps. Maybe from tomorrow I will just walk 4,000, 5,000 steps, and then I will keep on increasing 1,000 steps every week. This way we can be more consistent. So remember, always start small. The goal may be very big, but we can break it down in small chunks and start from there and build up with consistency. The second rule is that we should focus on progress over perfection. Again, whenever we think that we want to achieve something, we always think that it should be perfect. We go in a thinking of 0 to maximum, nothing or all. Instead, we should be somewhere in between. It's not about achieving everything. It's not about being very perfect. It's always about showing up and being very consistent. So always remember how you are progressing. Your focus should be on progress. The goal should be to progress every day, not to be perfect every day. Third point is about distractions, which I already mentioned. To be more disciplined, we should remove all the distractions from our environment. Environment plays a very important role in being disciplined. It's very difficult to be unhealthy in an environment which is very healthy, which supports being healthy. If there are no junk food in your environment, you will not eat it. So you should design your environment in such a way that there are very less distractions. Once you remove all the distractions, what is left is the thing which you have to focus, the task which you have to finish. Those distractions can be external and they can be internal also. So make sure you minimize and remove all the distractions on your path of being more disciplined. And the number 4, which is very important, also taken up by James Clear from his book Atomic Habits: never miss twice. What does it mean is that, let's say you are on a habit. Let's say you want to do yoga every day, but due to some reason you are not able to do yoga today. Right? Life can be sometimes difficult. There can be so many emergencies. There can be some other priorities which we have to take up. So we may end up missing certain things on one particular day, but make sure that you never miss it on the next day. You should get back on the track very quickly, very efficiently, without skipping twice. So always remember, I may have to skip today but not tomorrow. I will never miss my particular habit in 2 times in a row. I will never skip it twice. So these are 4 important principles. If you apply in your day-to-day life, definitely you will find yourself more disciplined. You will be on the path of being disciplined. Discipline plays very important role. Many people think that discipline is some kind of restriction. They take it in a negative connotation. It's some kind of restriction or punishment. But in my view, discipline is freedom. Discipline is freedom from regrets. Discipline is freedom from mediocrity. Discipline is freedom from living below your potential. So make sure you be more disciplined in whatever pursuit you are taking up. And very important is your ability to be self-disciplined. No one can come and impose discipline upon you. You have to be self-motivated and self-disciplined person. So always think, what are your values, what are your habits, what are your goals, and make sure you live your everyday in accordance with your values, working towards your goals and your projects. It may sometimes feel a little bit difficult or maybe overwhelming to be disciplined all the time, but always remember, the pain or maybe discomfort of being disciplined is always very less than the pain and discomfort of regrets. When you will look back after many years or maybe many months, you will find yourself being very unhealthy or out of shape, or maybe not in the place where you wanted to be. You will always think you should have been more disciplined in your pursuit. So it's never too late. Always the right time is now. So make sure that you take up this decision to be disciplined in whatever thing you are taking up. Always remember, discipline is a discomfort. The discomfort of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regrets is lifetime. So choose discipline today and your future self will thank you. Namaste.